One of the things that people do when an affair happens or infidelity happens, we don't allow ourselves time to grieve and time to really heal from what's happened. So I'm recording podcast today, and this is going to be my theme song for today because Brandy is the Bible in her own right on singing. And you know what? And I listened to somebody, and somebody said you can tell people who love singers versus people who just like a song, right? And I'm like, for you to listen to Brandy and be like, nah, I don't get it. It's okay, because you have the right to be you. But what you don't have the right to do is to ignore the song. This is the karaoke for today while I'm recording, okay? I'm gonna fuck up the song, but I'm gonna feel it. You was a fool. The bitch wasn't real. Love. Her love is true. Angel in disguise she was. Somehow you fell for her. But then she broke your heart that day and left you in the rain. And still I love you. It's more to this than what you say. Cause in your sleep you call her name. You say she's just a friend. Oh. Say her name in your sleep. I will fuck you up. Do you hear me? Brandy not gonna say that because she's such a sweet person, but boy, that pillow gonna cover your nose. You ain't gonna snore ever again. Angel in disguise she was, but then she broke your heart that day. It's called karma. Yeah, but I'm still here, still loving you. Let me say this, okay? I know there's a lot of people in the world who, when shit goes south, they be like, fuck you, I'm out. But there's a lot of people who stay. And I don't think that everybody who stays is a fool. Everybody has to make decisions for themselves, right? But you have to decide, are you staying out of obligation with regards to reputation, what they can give you, what you can get out of the relationship, or are you staying because you are working towards a bigger goal, right? Growth for you and him. And does that person, he or she, them or they, do they want to reconcile and work on reconciling? Because I think that one of the things that people do when an affair happens or infidelity happens, we don't allow ourselves time to grieve and time to really heal from what's happening, because simultaneously we have to also go to work, pay bills, talk to children, talk to our friends, go outside, still have a very regular life when your whole fucking world is falling apart, right? And the ability to take care of yourself and trust yourself has been broken. Because what a lot of people fail to understand is that infidelity, yes, the other person has devastated you and you are disappointed in them or you can't stand them. But there's a bit of self-loathing that happens that people pretend like it doesn't happen. Because in your head, you're now replaying every interaction you ever had with this person to make sure that this shit is real. Like, it wasn't fake. You weren't on like some prank situation. You know, it wasn't a fucking catfish that was happening while you were going through such a crazy time, right? And then once you learn how to trust yourself again, then you have to learn how to trust other people again. Because no, it wasn't your fault that shit fucking happened. Don't let anybody tell you that shit. But you still have to learn how to trust the new person that you are. Because after you go through a situation like that, you are never the same person, baby. People be like, oh, I just went back. You will never go back to being that person before you found out. You will be a new person. You will rebuild that person. You'll learn how to live in this body, live in this spirit. But that person who now has had that heart broken is a completely different person. And one of the things about healing is learning how to be gentle with yourself, learning how to be kind to yourself, giving yourself permission to mourn and cry and grieve and curse and scream and holler. And nobody gets to determine how long you get to do that shit, because people who have guilt in their heart will tell you to heal faster. They'll tell you, you know, you're being overly dramatic, you're being too much. I don't give a shit if it's a man or a woman, but don't let them continue to hurt you by denying you the ability to heal through heartbreak, right? So I'm just saying, let's go back. I am crazy. And I love you, babe. You fell. And she left your ass in the rain. Love you. Somehow you fall for her. I loved you. Did you hear that? I loved you. And if that shit even works out, you will never be with the same person after they find out. You just have to figure out how to work that out if that's something that you're willing to do. And not everybody's willing to do that. And nobody can demand that you stay after some fuck boy, fuck girl, fuck them day shit. Like, you get to be shitty to me, then you get to tell me how to not be shitty to you because you don't want to live in a space where you always feel guilty. I mean, did you hear how stupid I sound? Because shit, I felt confused. Confuzzled is what they call it. Brandy was really singing her heart out. Angel in disguise she was. Somehow you fell for her. But then she broke your heart that day and left you in the rain. But still, I love you. Nobody understands the duality of loving and hating somebody the most than somebody who's been betrayed by somebody they love, that they can't let go or want to try to work that shit out. I'm not saying that everybody is set up for this shit. And I'm not even condoning it, because it's an individual's right to be in a relationship and figure out how to make their relationship work. And I will not judge anybody. But when the people who are involved in that shit, everybody got to work on retrust, because the person who committed the infidelity has to learn how to trust themselves again, because they know that they don't know. They don't know how crazy you are. They don't know how crazy you are, because when you stay and you don't act crazy. So all I'm saying is that if you stay, you got to act a little crazy for a little bit. It's not an act. It really is. We just don't want to go to jail. You know what I mean? I feel like if I was in jail, I would have to talk my way out of some shit because of my mouth. Anyway, karaoke, right?